Okay, the first thing I want to do is give our guys the opportunity to introduce themselves, first the players, and then the coaches. We use every opportunity as reps, so we'll use this one.
My name is Raylan Wilson. I play linebacker.
I'm Creed Carter, and I'm the kicker.
My name is Demetri Stevens, and I play running back.
Coach Eli Williams, I'm the linebacker coach.
Coach Brandon Yeomans, assistant head coach, director of football operations.
I'll start things off here. You guys are big on slogans and stuff like that. I think the one this year is "The Obstacle's the Way." How have you guys been working and implementing that into what you guys do at practice and stuff like that?
Just going through a book that we read and kind of implemented it into our DNA. The obstacle is the way, and it talks about kind of the adverse situations you go through in life and how do you deal with those situations. And it's so apropos in football because we're going to deal with so many different obstacles on the road to a state championship. And how do you deal with those obstacles? And in the book, the one main kind of principle that stuck out the most is your perception of an obstacle. Is it something that's going to turn you away, or is it something that makes you better? And every day, any adverse, thing we go through with our team, we go back to that motto that the obstacle is the way. Are we going to fight through it, or are we going to turn and quit? And it's really helped us kind of narrow our focus and fight through those obstacles and use them as building blocks to make us a better team.
Talk about that road and getting to a state championship game, a state title game. Talking about the schedule that you guys have put together. You guys really go out on the road this year. You're going up to Georgia, you're going down to Palm Beach, you're having Dillard come here. You could go on and on. But what went into? I guess how did that ideology go into building this year's schedule of building one that really pushes you guys to your limit?
Just growing up with some of the great coaches. I see Coach Cruz in the building and some other coaches, that kind of helped me along. And the big thing is iron sharpens iron. My goal is we want to be prepared when we hit the playoffs. And the only way you're prepared is you play tough competition. That shows where you really are. A lot of times when you play soft competition, you don't have to play your best and you can still beat them. And a lot of times you overlook things that can come back and bite you. So we really wanted to start off the season strong, play some pretty good programs that's going to push us, and we have to play at the best of our level, and just see where we're at. And every week, kind of focus that way.
Question here for Raylan. There's a crazy week here in July where there were a ton of local commitments, local announcements, and you threw your name to that mix as well, switching from Michigan to Georgia. I guess what went into that change up for you in deciding to head over to the Bulldogs?
Well, I committed to Georgia because mostly when I go over there, it's family oriented from top to bottom. So, and that's my main thing, family. And my main goal is to thrive in NFL, and I feel like Coach Shue and Coach Smart had the best opportunity for me to do that.
You've had some great coaches come in front of you. Some of them come to my mind, Yusef Secure, David Wilson, Steve Harden. That brings back bad memories because I coached at Emmett Smith at Escambia. And one year y'all beat us twice in 1 year. You beat us in regular season and playoffs. So I have nothing but respect for the Lincoln Trojans. What if those guys come before you might take to add to you, put into your program that might get these guys to that where they want to be?
Being in Lincoln's program, it's a lot of tradition, and it goes through for years and years and years. And we're just thankful that we have coaches that are still a part of the family, that are always around the program. They're one phone call away. Coach Wilson comes to practice at least twice during the season, and I don't think he misses a game. He still takes notes, and he calls us. He gives us, different things, ways of looking at stuff. when you're able to tap into just the wealth of coaching knowledge and years, it makes, younger coaches be able to be so much older when you can reach out and talk to coaches that have been through some of the stuff that we're going through. And I understand that coaching is in a one-man deal. That's why we went and got some great coaches. We hired Coach Garrett Jan that was at Leon, and he's now our quarterback coach, associate head coach, and I lean on him. Coach McCray from Godby, we got him back home as our offensive line coach, and I'm able to go and knock on their doors and ask them questions. I think when you start making decisions just from your perspective, that leads to mistakes. So you always want to reach out and get other people's opinions on stuff and then look at it from that perspective.
That's perfect. And one last thing, and I'll get out of your way because other people have questions, not me. But boy, I listened to what the man just said over there just then. He's all about family. I got the honor of coaching one of your players 1 week in the Florida-Georgia All-Star game, Kevin Carter. I had never been around a more family guy or a better guy. That's putting cold chills on me thinking about that. That guy was special, and y'all created that.
Thank you very much.
Andrew Duke, varsity sports coach. Obviously, talked about the tradition of excellence and other things you're trying to carry on here at Lincoln. Obviously, quarterback comes to the front of a lot of people's conversation. Of course, new man in this year. For those who've been around the area maybe the last 5-10 years, can we get a comp? Are we talking more Chris Beard? Are we talking more Chris Brim? Or are we talking more Perry Fisher? Where does he fall kind of along the line? What can we look for this year at a quarterback position?
I think every person is their own person. I think you look at people that fit your kind of skill set and learn from them, but everybody puts a different spin on it. We've had a long-term plan. We kind of sit down as a staff and have a plan for every kid in our program. We knew that he was going to be the future, and even though we had a great quarterback in Perry Fisher that did some awesome things last year, we made it a goal of ours for him to aid in the play every game. We almost got that goal. He didn't play in one game last year, but that was to get him experience for this time right here. He's totally different than Perry. He sees the game totally different. He can spin it. That's one thing. Every day he makes a throw that makes the whole coaching staff say, wow. He's making some next level throws. He's with Coach Garrett Jan, working with him. He's kind of developing that knowledge, seeing defenses, reading them fast, getting the ball out. His completion rating is going higher and higher. So we're really excited. He's a dual sport athlete. So some people might say he's a pocket passer because he throws way more than the guys before him, but he can run the ball too very well. So we give him that ability. Our offense is multiple that we'll run it with him and with Tim, our other quarterback. He'll be in there and he'll throw it. We have some packages where Raylan will be quarterback, and he does have a couple of plays where he will throw it too. So we're just, excited with our quarterback room.
Very cool, very cool. Raylan, want to toss this to you. As far as the defense, what are you most excited about? Of course, linebackers and defense as a whole this year.
Well, I talk about the defense as a whole. So my D-line, I'm probably most excited about them. We have a good group this year, big group, real big group. But then in our secondary, we have some of my close friends since my childhood. So that's another thing I'm trying to do for the team and do for them, trying to get a state championship this year and for our last ride together.